What it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. I am the HNIC, head nerd in charge, Dakota Griswold of Gamers, Nerds, and Geeks United. Welcome back to Yesterday Today. This, of course, is the show where I bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday, today. And I got some good stuff here for you, so let's get right into the appetizer. And well, Crysis Remastered officially has a release date on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and that date is September 18th. And it has definitely given it more updates with ray tracing and up to 8K textures, and it looks absolutely well, and it appears that I may be double dipping. Now, it got delayed, all of these versions got delayed because they didn't like what the fan backlash just warranted, just like, hey, we don't like this, and they said, yo, all right, cool, we heard y'all, we're gonna go work on it. So they worked on it, the game looks better, let's hope that it plays better on these other respective platforms. Now, it originally came out on the Nintendo Switch already, and it seems it checked out pretty well, so hopefully it checks out great on all of these other versions, and of course the PC version. Now let's move on to the next piece of the appetizer. And well, this is, I've only seen this on one person, right? One article, and this is from comicbook.com gaming, and somebody put out an article where, you know, it's just basically how rumors, these kind of articles come out every month, where it's just rumors about games that we may or may not be able to expect. And they came up with their own list, and it was quite interesting, and I just couldn't pass it up, right? So they think that Tony Hawk might actually be coming to PlayStation Plus, right? And Tony Hawk coming out September 4th. That is the same day when the September games, not Games with Gold, PlayStation Plus games will be made available. And they actually had some pretty decent explanation, right? This is what they said their reason. Just like this month with Fall Guys, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 releases right when September's PlayStation Plus games will be made available. And that's quite interesting because that is exactly what happened with Fall Guys. And well, Sony did say, hey, listen, it wasn't it with Spider-Man. There's more to come, meaning they're probably going to lock up some deals exclusive to PlayStation that people probably aren't going to be happy with initially, but eventually they would pretty much accept it. But that's actually quite interesting. What if Tony Hawk definitely was released on PlayStation Plus? It doesn't have microtransactions, so how are they going to make their money? Well, they're going to have to give Activision a heavy penny. Seriously, a couple million, because wow. And then speaking of Fall Guys, and well, Fall Guys is officially getting a mobile game, but it's only in China. Daniel Ahmad posted on Twitter, and it says Chinese games and entertainment company Bilibili, or Billy B, I think that's what it says. It's too many I's and L's, seriously. Yes, Bilibili has secured the rights to publish a mobile version of Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout in China. The game released for PC and PS4 on August 4th and has become a viral hit. Now, I definitely want to go back to when the game definitely released in the same week. I definitely said, yo, this game is going to be up there. Might not be super as big as Fortnite, but it's going to be up there with the next big competitive, fun type of game, kind of Rocket League style thing. And yes, it's getting its own mobile game in China already. So, I mean, when it's coming to Xbox and when it's coming to Switch, it's just going to be on everything now because it's on PC. So, why not? Now, let's tune in here to Apple, once again, Apple versus Epic. And well, while Apple brought up a decent point, then Microsoft kind of went in to back up Epic and it said, okay, first of all, let's start off with Apple. Apple said, yo, they wanted special treatment because it is based off of the fact that Apple gets 30% off of whatever comes off of the apps or the games or whatever. They get 30%. Epic felt that it was unfair. They felt that it was old school and archaic, and they really wanted to change that. And so now Apple is trying to restrict them from being on the App Store and doing anything else on the App Store. But Microsoft has backed them up and said, listen, they need access to those games. A lot of people have access to Unreal Engine 4. A lot of games on the App Store have Unreal Engine 4 and they need to be able to update it. And if you don't have access, if you don't give them access to the store, games are going to be broken. They might lose money because some of these might be games with microtransactions and stuff like that. So Microsoft came and just backed them and said, yo, that's hurting us. That's hurting a lot of other developers. And some game developers make their own engines, but some developers don't have enough money to make their own engine, so they use another engine, and Unreal Engine 4 is one of those engines. So that's actually a great point with Microsoft. Then this is actually a very interesting development in the case of Apple versus Epic, and I can't wait to see what's happening further down the line. I'm really, really interested to see it. All right, lads and ladettes, I hope you came hungry because it's time to get into the real meat and potatoes of today's news. And well, remember last week we got a surprise of a game called Black Myth Wukong? Well, the developers were very, very happy to hear about everything that we've been saying. Yo, this game is phenomenal. It's been all over Twitter, all over Facebook, Instagram, and everything. And I was definitely blown away. In fact, it came out of nowhere. The fact that a friend of mine who's not even like the hugest gamer, he just randomly came across it and he sent that to a group chat. And he said, yo, this is my type of game. And I looked at it. I said, what is this amazingness? What is it? And well, the lead developer said, hey, look, we're very excited. We're thankful, but they also were very, very humble. And they said, look, you know, we kind of want you to even forget it because this doesn't even show our best work. Let's also put into account that the fact that this is technically an indie studio putting out something so phenomenal looking as this. Okay, and then also what has actually been said to believe, because people said some things look too good to be true. But one, I mean, it's also on the PS5 and it's slated not to come out for a while, of course, because they actually hope that this gameplay would attract other people, young developers, up and coming developers who wanted to do some of the work, and they can go and work on it. And honestly, if you're a young developer and you have that opportunity, I don't blame you. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be a part of that. So, you know, why not? You know, and then also the game turned out it was actually a playable demo. Daniel Ahmad actually tweeted out, it was a video of the developer. Basically, he's the CEO and he's playing the game. It appears to be with a PS4 controller, actually, and from a studio. He's playing it, going through it, and hey, it was actually very playable. For it, the fact that they said pre-alpha gameplay, but the fact that it's a playable build and it looks this stunning, even though he said the water didn't have the proper physics and the frame rate dropped at some point. Fine, that can be fixed. That actually sounds like some stuff that can be polished. But at the same time, they're not putting this game out anytime soon because if they're looking to attract more people to it, then they actually want to add way more. And I say maybe we hear about this game again in 2 years because they say, hey, they want us to forget about it. And maybe we will kind of sort of forget about it. And then when we see it come back up, be like, yo, I remember this from X amount of time ago. This looks even better now. So I'm really excited. What about you? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, moving on to the next piece. And well, it looks like Halo might actually get delayed into next year. No, not 2021, 2022. The 2020, because I'm looking forward to 2021. We got to just fast forward past all of this craziness and get to the start of the next year and get better. But Halo didn't look too good. And they recognize that. 343, Microsoft in general, recognized that. But then there's a leaked source that said basically they might actually delay it to 2022 and is going to not be on the Xbox One consoles. Right now, they're struggling just to get it to run on the Xbox One S at 1080p, and sometimes it's below 1080p. So that's not good because, put it this way, we have heard over time they said you might not need to buy Xbox Series X for the first 2 years. And with the Xbox Series X dropping this year in November, 2 years from then would be 2022. And if it's not going to be on the Xbox One and it's going to be on the Series X, it kind of makes sense for the game to come out in 2022, whatever. Listen, you're already not releasing it alongside the Xbox Series X. It's already a bummer, but look, we'll get over it. Take your time and put out the game that we want to see from you guys. Take your time and put out a great game that everybody can be happy with. period. Take your time, no crunch. Now, let's move on. And well, it's a strong possibility that there may be a Nintendo Direct this week because Jeff Grubb, he got on the Twitter and did his thing and it said, well, his officials, he said, I was hearing that even before Nintendo announced that they were having a special meeting with investors in the middle of September. I think that it makes a lot of sense for them to get a Direct out of the way before that happens so they don't have to answer questions like what games are coming up. And yeah, and he's also said, I've heard a few things. I think there's a strong possibility that there is a Nintendo Direct next week on Friday. And then he also said to temper your expectations because he feels like this isn't the big thing. He's hearing that, hey, it's going to be something. It's probably like, put it on the level of the Partners Direct, Indie Direct, stuff like that. Don't make a big deal out of it. But that there might be another Direct sometime in mid-September where they have to have another investors meeting. And so they're not answering, like he said, questions like what games are coming. So it makes sense for them to have a Nintendo Direct right before that meeting. So then they can ask the proper questions of what's going on. And well, listen, anytime there's a rumor Nintendo Direct, I am always absolutely elated. I am excited. I am above everything. I can't wait to hear about what else is coming on. We got Pikmin randomly out of nowhere. Still waiting to hear about that Mario 35th anniversary, but that actually happens closer to the September date that possibly might be in the Direct. So maybe then they announce that and the game comes out in November. I don't know. They're not going to release it immediately in September. And then in October, we have Pikmin. We know if a Mario collection comes out in October, it will completely wash away and overshadow Pikmin. And we don't need that again, okay? Pikmin actually deserves to have a fair chance like it needs. So now, can't wait to see. Hopefully there is going to be a Direct, possibly this Friday. And then another Direct, possibly in mid-September. A real Direct in September. And now let us get on to the really good stuff here. Of course, DC Fandom was this weekend, and while we got a chance to see my boy Robert Pattinson, Cedric Diggory, and to some of y'all who can't really let it go, Edward Cullen, got to see how he is in Batman, and man, it looks brutal. Whether you want to give him credit or not, but Ben Affleck, Batfleck gave credit to this version of Batman, the real brutal, the real exciting, crushing, hurting, painful Batman. And this looks like it's going to be another rated R movie, so I'm really excited. And we got Wonder Woman and all of that, but then we also got those games we was looking for. I want to start off with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, literally aptly named Suicide Squad, killed the Justice League. You don't know exactly what's going on, but in the trailer, we got a chance to see King Shark. First of all, King Shark is by one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Samoa Joe. He's voicing King Shark, it appears, and that's actually very awesome. You got Harley Quinn and Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and it just looks definitely cool. But it was just cinematic trailer. It is actually slated not to come out until 2022, but we heard about this for so long, and it appears that Superman is being controlled by Brainiac because in the trailer they show him holding someone and he uses laser vision to disintegrate a whole person. Superman doesn't do that. So obviously he was out of his mind. So it appears that Brainiac is out there turning people into these lifeless zombie-like creatures and stuff like that. So yeah, really wondering what's going on with that. And now I really want to get into the fact, yep, we got a new Arkham game and it's called Gotham Knights. Now wait, Batman is dead in this game. And in this game, you can play completely by yourself as open world, or you can play in co-op. Now in this game, you play as anybody in the Bat family from Batgirl all the way to Red Hood, Robin, and everybody. You can completely play in a co-op. This game actually looks phenomenal and very exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it. That's coming out next year. That's why Suicide Squad isn't coming out until 2022. What do y'all think about all of this? Let me know down in the comments below. Lads and ladettes, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button if you like that. If not, hit the dislike. It supports. It helps a whole lot. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're new here and scroll up to all so you know when your boy is posting. Lads and ladettes, thank you so much for watching. And this video is finito.